How's it going? So the video you're about to watch is actually about a year old, a little over a year old. I made it back then and was gonna release it, and decided that I made this project for a person, and there was a lot of personal touches to it that I decided to exclude from the video. But the backpack that I made is really cool. I really liked this one. Kind of wish I had one like it, actually. Might have to make one. So I basically just salvaged what I could of the footage because the pack is no longer in the same state as me. So just know going into this, not the best video I've ever made, but one of the coolest projects I've ever made. I really liked how this one turned out, and I liked the, I had some ideas of how I wanted to tackle some problems, and I think it worked out really well. So. Hope you enjoy it. There are a couple of cards you'll see throughout the video. This project showed up in a couple of other videos as it was being constructed, so you can go back and take a look at those if you haven't already. Enjoy. Yeah, I kind of wanted that partly closed. Thank you, you're a good girl. Let's start by taking a look at the exterior of the pack. This pack is a top-loading pack with a flat closure. In this case, the closure is secured by two side release buckles and by Velcro on the inside. I'll show you that in a minute. I used a gray material for the exterior, partly because I just have a ton of it, but also because I wanted it to be able to be subtle and not, something that screamed for attention all the time. I chose purple polyester webbing for the straps to secure the top and for the straps that attach to the shoulder straps. The binding on the exterior seam and the material on the bottom of the pack both are made out of upcycled bicycle inner tubes. I just cut up inner tubes, sewed a couple together to make the bottom panel, and that should provide some good water resistance if the pack is put down into something wet by accident or whatever. And then the binding just gives it kind of a cool, rugged look. I intentionally didn't put any exterior pockets except for water bottle pockets on the sides. The reason for that being I wanted to keep the pack as secure as possible using public transit. There's always a risk, albeit a low one, of someone perhaps, zipping a pocket open while you're distracted on a subway or something and being able to pull something valuable out of it. So I just didn't put anything on the outside, so there's no temptation to stick your iPhone in a convenient pocket on the outside and have it easily pilfered. There's a little bit of lack of... Can I help you? I'm trying to work here. There's a little loss of convenience as a result of that, because anything you want to store in the bag has to be inside. But to me, the trade-off is worth it. Plus, I like the slick look of it. I hid the top of the straps that attach the buckles on the bottom of the flap, so there's no attachment points on the outside. It just gives a nice, slick look. Another feature that adds to the security of... Would you get off of my laptop? Another feature that should increase the security of this backpack is, in addition to the two side release buckles securing the top closure, there's also Velcro. And as you can see, there's no way to open that very quietly, which is good. Someone trying to, sneak their hand in to get something is going to have a hard time doing that without someone noticing. And finally, on the exterior, I have two bottle pockets, one on each side. They're sized to be able to hold a standard 32-ounce Nalgene bottle, or one of these blender bottles. I'll pretty much hold anything that'll fit. They're a pretty versatile pocket. If you want to see how I made these pockets, click on the card and check out that video. Let's take a look inside. Inside the pack is where I went for it with the color. I got this awesome kind of hot pink. This is 200 denier nylon as a liner fabric. Then I also used more purple in the binding. I used purple grosgrain to bind some of the interior pockets. Let's see if I can get this so you can In the back of the interior, I put a removable laptop sleeve. So this is a padded sleeve that you can slide your laptop into, but you can take it out. The reason I made this removable is I don't carry a laptop most of the time, but sometimes I do need to carry one, for instance, if I'm on an overnight trip or something and using my bag. So it's nice to be able to have a laptop sleeve, but it's just taking up space and kind of in the way if I'm not using it. So it's just attached by a giant piece of Velcro, and when it's in, it's very secure, not going to go anywhere, but it's easy to remove if you don't need it. Another thing I did differently with this pack is I put all the organizational pockets on the back side of the front panel of the pack. Normally this would be in this area and you'd have to build in a divider of some sort, and that breaks up the space that's available inside the pack. Doing it this way makes this just one big open space to make it more versatile. So that's the pack I made. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comments section below. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you subscribe. Thanks for watching.